Hardpoint. And like, let's be honest, the Boston coaches know. They're like, this is OpTic saying, we don't respect you, we're playing maps we suck at. Does that check you out mentally? I feel like that would check me out mentally.
Well, it's like, it can check you out if you are a weak-minded player, but it's like both teams are trying to work on the same exact thing. Like seeing the Plaza Search and Destroy at that game number 2, OpTic are fantastic at 2 maps, Raid and Dead. Scar, S&Ds around that mid-pack area, but the new maps so far haven't treated them well. They're just trying to add a 4th map to their map pool. And then on the opposite side for Boston, even though they're sitting at 0-0 on Plaza, they lost their best Search and Destroy maps in Colossus and Exposure. Combined between the rest of the maps, they're sitting at 5 and 14, so you gotta try to throw something against the wall and just see if it sticks.
Crazy scenes, but that's essentially how the picks and bans had happened. OpTic throw in 2 maps that they haven't played yet. Boston in a very tough situation early. Shotzzy on the rotation to 2, able to find 1. Boston hold down couches nicely. Dashy, last one up, and he will create an opportunity for a 1v1 for time. OpTic will spawn help to arrive, and as it does, Afro gives you 1, but the shots over the top looking good for OpTic. Pistol out for Dashy, and the SMGs will clean things up.
Man, that's all 4 dead, and look at how fast Shotzzy is to taking that space away. But he's thinking the hard block should be in on the backside. But you leave that open, and now you're giving Boston Breach an opportunity for a quick break back in. Still 35 seconds here at the P2. Nades and stuns are reigning supreme on the backside of the stats, but it doesn't lead to the opening kill.
Wow.
And that's going to be OpTic locking down the rest of this time.
It's a really interesting way to play P2. We saw Miami do this about a month or so ago, and we were like, whoa, this is different. But in the early set, when you don't have trophy systems, staying outside the site a little bit allows you that little bit of extra freedom from being affected by stuns and nades, and you can toss your own down to really tight choke points, and OpTic put that perfectly on display. Purj, Spart, kick us off over towards new on P3, Shotzzy on 5 in a row. It's just waiting to see if someone's going to try to... OpTic will try to set up a first break as Boston are holding nicely, but a pinch is underway, so we'll see how OpTic calm this situation with an OpTic Texas listen in.
Watch behind you guys. Watch behind you guys.
Watch your middle. That's him.
There's something. There's something.
Watch out. After that.
There's yellow?
You like front door in the con. Front door in the con.
Okay.
Moving for the middle, guys.
On another our side hill. Our side hill.
Nice, get up.
No,
Dojo. One more wave. I'm gonna go front door. I'll get a spot. I'm not even sure. You guys play that time. I'll get a spawns.
Yeah, can you watch my cross? Because I'm in the corner.
I need a D.
Runs to their side.
I'm in the corner.
I need one.
He's super weak.
I'm one off streaks here. I'm one off streaks. I kind of want to wait for him. I'm going to go back to you. Yeah, you should go mid. I'm
holding top.
I'll go mid.
I have your help.
Do it small. Small in the back door now.
What's small? Small just telling out. He's going back. He's flanking you back door. Flanking you back door from Dragon.
Back door.
He's too small.
Back door. Another one on me. Afro. He went close right corner.
I haven't cut.
He was close right.
Time right now. Afro. He's full. He's close up.
Yeah, one bottom red.
Absolute on time, Afro. Close left. Play the hill together. Nice. That's two. Let's run him here. I'm with you guys. He could be close right. Challenge straight. And I'm behind you.
Nothing right.
It's close.
Watch out, Afro.
In the window. I have your outer.
Heard you. Pinch. I'm on shot.
Outer dead. One's in the red, I'm pretty sure.
Red dead.
Yeah, high energy right here from OpTic Texas. You're hearing it out of Huke, hearing it out of Shotzzy, and Dashy shooting as straight as ever. Good stuff for OpTic.
Yeah, it's like, you know, they're playing with a little bit of extra fire. That loss that they took versus LA Thieves, the map number 1 was Den Hardpoint, where they were on 5 in a row. They allowed some misplays to happen at this hill specifically, the P4. And that was the reason why they ended up losing that one. But I'd love to hear the high intensity, and I also love the energy out of Shotzzy, because he's a guy who's going to be the leading. He's also leading in that small talk, is only allowing OpTic to be more free around the map.
Oh, and how about this? He's already got a Hellstorm waiting for the action to unfold in front of him at couches. Nice pickup from Spart, though. Okay, good read. Kill comes through. Mercules will also drop on the heady, and Boston Breach will have an opportunity to get some time here on 1, which they desperately need. They need it bad.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to read those close spawns coming in for OpTic still towards the backside of Broken. So you are surrounded by a different shade of green players, and it's Mercules, Shotzzy lighting up the kill feed. 3 go down. And in the final 20 seconds, Boston Breach, no, they most likely have the space on the right side, so we're forcing ourselves to hit the OE, and OpTic just had it on lock.
I mean, that's a hit from Afro where there's no one else supporting. The timing is just off with this Boston team. You kind of saw the tweets from Nastie after last week, and the miners saying this, I don't know what's happening with this squad, but we're just not locked at 2. Nastie trying to finesse around the back. Not going to get the better of Dashy, and now it's just down to what can Purj do from inside the hard point. Good help from Afro on the way. And so there will be a break opportunity here for Boston from the front.
Yeah, Boston desperately need to hold this because now that they have trophy systems, they can withstand all the stuns and nades through the back doors. But it's all about these gunfights. You need to be able to trade out effectively. And so far, it's the only player in Purj who goes on 6 in a row. Hellstorm is now going to be in the back pocket. You're going to desperately need this 25 seconds to somewhat make this a game. But that's a good moment there for Boston Breach to start to build upon.
Yeah, you need that. Not just to get a Hellstorm of your own, but to counter out what Shotzzy's been able to do to this point. 21 and 12 for Shotzzy. Afro not quite able to finish the last shots needed onto Huke. Spart will stay idle inside the hard point to get all of this time, and Boston will be just short of the 100-point mark. Now it's over to 3. OpTic will be a long route being established for Shotzzy to watch the back, but from the front, Nastie opens up with 2. Purj on the corner. Yeah, that will work out with the nade to support. Shotzzy lasso left outside Dojo has to play his life.
Yeah, that's a fantastic break opportunity there for Boston Breach. They fully capitalize on the moment. Great frags to find those opening kills, and now you also flip the spawns on its head. So you're forcing now the hand of Huke to invest that Hellstorm just to play keep away a little bit. Allow his teammates to bet themselves in a position to try to contest this. But I think Purj is actually countering with his. Or Shotzzy's just going to invest his as well. So 2 from OpTic here at the P3.
Yeah, double Hellstorm. That will work out unless Purj has something to say about it. He's on 3 in a row, but cannot finesse to try to get one more. Over towards Dojo. Nastie peeled off of that side corner. Dashy again, just really lighting up the ARs of Boston at the moment. Team kill comes through, but Mercules is able to get the collection onto Spart. Pistol out with Afro in front of him, and it won't work out there. So Boston in a decent position, try to get on rotation to 4. OpTic will have to hit through rooftops.
Not missing shots with the M15. They're able to flip them out towards the backside of Plat. This has always been the money hill for OpTic Texas. A 92% chance at locking this one down. And when you gift them the first kill, followed up by a second, they already have the guns up, ready and waiting.
Yeah, we're just not hitting it a simultaneous
going one
timing
by one
right now for Boston. It is a lot of 1-by-1s. You can kind of see it again. One player through the front doors, one still kind of finessing outer. And it's just so much extra space for OpTic to work with on their setup. Stuns and nades coming through. Shotzzy in a little bit of trouble here at the window, but has Purj held. And again, it's just where's the timing? The hit through mid's not here yet. So you can definitely see it, I think, just by watching the minimap, that Boston, as much as they're getting good production out of Purj, and there have been some good individual moments from Afro and Nastie, they're just not setting themselves up as a group of 4, and OpTic is going to cruise through this map.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, especially where, you know, we can't give up any little scrap time. We have to contest it, even if we're not in a position to do so immediately. You're just down by too much, having to play catch up, and that's OpTic just taking care of business. Trapping it back to the unknown spot can only cause you problems less timing goes your way. The entire time Shotzzy has been holding strong with his shoulders just in case of the rotation, and he now gathers the information in 35 seconds.
Yep, Shotzzy stands up, holds his life for a little while longer. Boston are going to do a desperate rotation back over to B. Mercules has seen this, though. So it's all about just finding the first blood. Spart gets tagged. Here comes the rotation from the SMGs at mid-map. And this is not a call from Boston that fills you with any sort of confidence. Everything was just defense. Can have 3 players large here. Nades all over the top of the bar, and it will be Dashy with an NPC to help on this push, and he will find 2 with it. Purj last one left, nowhere to go. Good round, go next.
Yeah, that's perfect, man. And whip out an extra NPC, dominate the map control, and make more plays than just trap yourself.
Oh, that'll work. Spart by himself over towards A actually gets a nade to land on a Shotzzy for first blood. That has the defense kind of pulling back and considering what's going to happen at A. And Afro will find Dashy taking a peek over the middle of the map. So 4v2 situation early here for Boston. Just comes down to which bomb set they want to go to.
Yeah, and this should be no doubt of which bomb set they go to. A with 4 guns versus 2, but we got to trade out effectively. Even though a team kill goes down, it's Mercules in a 1v3.
Cannot see Spart on the plant. Nastie on the close corner. There's the exit. Shots on Merc are decent. Doesn't find the kill. He's able to back away and give himself another chance at the 1v3, but now that he's kind of missed his first window, this becomes extremely difficult. Stun will reveal where he's at. He says, all right, you know where I'm at. Let me see if I can find out where you're at. Nade doesn't bounce correctly, and Spart will find the final kill. So, okay, better there for Boston. Nade, stuns, trophies, everything down. And that will include the bomb. Okay, Boston, what do you got for us on this retake attempt? It'll be Spart from the front, everyone else either playing through mid or around the back.
And I love this strategy from OpTic. Like, we have players who are flex players, dominant SMGs, allow Dashy to carry the bomb and everybody be ready and waiting. But Shotzzy is going to get caught. So now you're surrounded by OpTic. You got to choose right.
Oh, and OpTic are going to try to push out the front side of the site. Dashy, last one left in a 1v1. And Purj wins it. Well, Mercules still, again, playing off the top area of ladder. Will be smoked out. Should be your time to go, but the bomb is still pretty far behind this play. Boston very labored on their approach back over through the smoke. Mercules will fall, so will Dashy on the backside of the site. So now it's just down to, can OpTic try to recover this 2v4? Bomb not being planted at the moment. Still looking for kills, and Purj will find his 5th in a row. Huke, the last one standing on top steps. And he's going to retreat back and try to reset this 1v4.
Yeah, but he's already going to be spotted. Unless Boston just decide we're just going to run at him, not even shoot our gun. That's the only chance he's going to have at clutching this round. Gonna try to work through back alley and instantly get cut down, and so far Boston's strategy on this map is working out. Now the bomb is gonna get planted. You're probably gonna be expecting all 4 of them to be inside, but OpTic are now spread on their post plant setup.
Yeah, and I like this from OpTic on the post plant setup, because last time what foiled you was the player on the back. So now you're hitting a pinch of your own with Mercules taking the route on the backside of the play. He's got everything in front of him. There's the first 2, no problem. Turning, not gonna find Purj for the 3rd, who's now on 7 in a row. But into the smoke he goes, and Shotzzy will find him there. Huke able to take the last on the other side of the bomb site. And yeah, that's just a good adjustment. Can Mercules and Dashy stop the bomb plant and allow this flank to get here quickly?
Yeah, and the longer that they wait to get this bomb plant, the more impactful that this flank is going to be. So now you're going to decide to try to go for the objective, but it's Huke effective on the trade, gives you one better, and is not able to get out. So bomb carrier can no longer commit on the bomb plant. Got to reset 2v2 45.
Yeah, Nastie's in some trouble here. He needs to commit. He's going to have Purj here to help, so that should be enough information and enough safety blanket for him to plant. Should. Okay, there we go. So Mercules and Dashy making their move here. Timing could be great. Merc has already cleared out the top side of the bar. Nice shots are in. Nastie will drop. And in the same moment, Dashy finds Purj. I'm just wondering why it took Nastie so long to try to plant there. Plant for OpTic. Boston will have to consider what they want to do in the retake again, especially after the last round, where they got beat on the flank. Shotzzy gonna watch inner circle. He's got help nearby with Huke. There's the first shoulder. Shotzzy bounces out, finds one, not gonna get the second. No trade because of the smoke. Huke just trying to hold the choke point.
Wiped away on the round. You're probably thinking, because OpTic's go-to strategy on defense is always showing presence in towards A, so you slowly try to work over towards B, but they have a 3-stack.
Oh man, yeah, they've got a high-low as well. Afro over towards mid shops. At least get some damage in Nastie for 1, but Mercules is here to help. Purj is naded. Smokes himself back to a little bit of safety. Expects that there's going to be a rundown, and there is. It's Shotzzy just absolutely pogo sticking off the wall. And OpTic will run.
Finds a double. Spart looking to get the trade, but he only has 6 HP in the tree. You can't commit because Dashy is still holding that iron. And now you're forcing Purj to hit the retreat.
Mercules holding over towards mid couch. Pistol out for Purj, not going to work. 2 for Merc. Up and out through broken. Knife almost able to connect onto Spart, but 2 in response for Boston has them reeling back into this fight. Shotzzy trying to change the angle up just a touch, and we'll be able to connect onto Afro. Is there anyone here to actually defend against this? There's one more player to the left, and no. Shotzzy not expecting Nastie to be there. Almost got away with one, but we'll stay at 0-0.
Yeah, this is ideal for how Boston like to play Den Overload. They're usually the team that relies on heavily getting. Spart is now your lead blocker. You're working it over towards roof, and Purj is also working the pin, so that's all 4 dead. Boston get on the board first.
Yeah, really good collection there for Boston. All the way across the board. A couple OpTic members nearby, able to take down Dashy. Shotzzy still in the picture as Huke will be traded out, but Shotzzy will find the kill that they need. And Mercules following behind that means it's just on to Afro to play for this long flank, which will now, of course, be known. And that's just enough for Mercules to grab and try to stall a little bit longer for his teammates to get back over to help.
Yeah, don't allow the CP carrier to get out of dodge because your lead blocker now, and Afro already guarantees this space. He's going to also win an initial one-on-one gunfight. Dashy's not going to be in a position to stop it. So Boston, again, great on the counter towards rooftops. And OpTic, at least for now, are showing a lot of presence over towards the opposite side of the map. They're just not winning the gunfights to make this an easy score.
Well, they will get one from Mercules. That's all that's needed. The damage onto Spart followed up on by Boston, still working on some forward progress on the map, but Shotzzy deals with 1. Stun does not land onto Spart, and Mercules, who is trying to make a run for it, will drop.
Oh, that's a big double there from Nastie. If Nastie doesn't find that 2-piece, then Huke would have been a lot more impactful as the lead blocker. He could have got a double off of that reflex, but Nastie slows them down. Now Boston again on the counter opportunity. Clean up the middle of the map. Go 3 for 1 in a trade fight. Now you're just looking for the direction that you want to go. But Purj is just going to commit through mid. Now you got to wrap it back towards Dojo.
Yeah, I don't think Boston were expecting that all 4 OpTic members are going to be all the way over towards Dragon Orb down onto the A site. Mercules deals with 1, looking for Afro. They're going to find Spart first, then Nastie. Good shots from Merc on 4 in a row. Purj last one up to the mid cut. Huke able to find the final bullet needed. And with 4 seconds left, Dashy will grab the EMP to trigger the first half overtime. We may have to wait for the or Mercules to work out before there's a commitment on where this EMP is going.
Yeah, but the route, they're working in sync. Like, you're not drawing the attention if you are Shotzzy. Creates this opening here for Mercules, but doesn't win the fight. So your EMP carrier is left as the last man standing. Mercules was
trying to work on this B side of the map. Spart gets 1, but that's a good kill feed for OpTic. Purj making good on the play through mid. Again, keeps the EMP into a contestable spot, and then follows up to find Huke. So space gained from Boston again, playing a little bit of keep away at the moment, kind of playing TDM around the middle of the map. And look at the route from Afro all the way through the A point. Looks like Huke has gotten a read on it, but doesn't win the battle. So now all of a sudden, you've got pressure mounting from both sides. Afro finds a second. It's just down to what you can find from Shot. He gives you 2. And then with that extra kill, he'll gain some extra space by running forward. Problem is Boston will spawn at A, so Shotzzy will have to reset by raid wrapping the map.
Yeah, but they sort of have an advantage now as long as you're winning these key one-on-ones across the map, because Mercules and Dashy are in a position to play the rotation. Mercules finds 2. Afro, you need to make something happen from small room, but by the time you get there, it's going to be a tie game.
Boston, they still need to find a way to grab
the ball.
You know, Shotzzy accidentally grabs it. So now it's just down to what Huke can do. He will fall, and Boston will score their 3rd.
Yeah, that's so tough if you're Shotzzy, because that would have been a free B kill.
Things up from behind. OpTic a chance of control.
And that's just a small tough from OpTic coming in at the right time. Spawn's a little bit funky. We're at the P2, so someone has to be behind enemy lines. So OpTic able to get the much needed stop. Now trying to commit, pushing its way through Dojo. Nastie's gonna slow them down by finding that kill through mid-cut. Gives you 1 better. And now Boston, all you have to do is just hold the line.
Well, they lose 2. The hunt is on. Mercules finds another. Afro traded out through mid-cut. OpTic will grab the EMP. They will have about 60 seconds to make a play if they can trigger the overtime. And Shotzzy's gonna go first. Shots to Afro. Good, but not good enough. Afro wins the battle. And now you kind of have to wait for Shotzzy to come off the respawn before you could do too much. Dashy and Huke still showing presence through Dojo, and there are 4 trophies down for Boston over here.
Oh, but they find that opening kill, and now the pinch player also gets 1. So OpTic are gonna try to commit to Dojo. EMP is gonna be down, and it's Nastie who finds 3. Mercules is gonna pick it up. You just gotta slide it. Wow, your entire squad to just gain so much momentum from potentially beating one of the top teams in the game. But into the Sake we go. It's all about finding success early on in these gunfights. Purj just trying to keep his life towards the lower side, but he gets picked, and now OpTic are in.
Now Spart trying to hold off this right side of the minimap. Long route developing for Afro. He'll get behind 1. Mercules turns and finds the trade, though. And now it's just down to Boston. We need to stay together. Everyone's, again, just getting picked apart 1 by 1. It's just staggered respawn after staggered respawn. It's like 5 seconds goes, and then there's a Boston player dead in the kill feed. 5 seconds go, another Boston player dead in the kill feed. So they cannot get themselves set up. So finally, they're able to get their feet underneath them, but OpTic have won the preferred side of the map, looking over to P2.
Yeah, they have P2 side locked and loaded, ready and waiting. And they have every single cutoff as well, but Afro's able to catch that timing through the middle of the map. Now you're trying to approach the backside of the bricks here. You win a key gunfight, or at least spawn 3 players from OpTic all the way on the opposite side. Quickly gonna get traded, and this is now a perfect sequence for Boston to get a good chunk of time.
Yeah, and I love this from Purj, taking space over towards barrel side on the inner part of the bar. That will keep OpTic a little bit hesitant to just full flood from the front, knowing the pinch is probably available. Nice angle from Nastie through the window, but the double down onto 2. And okay, Boston recover brilliantly. Purj eventually shut down, so OpTic, 30 seconds to play. We'll have 1 more go at this before they default towards rotation.
You see, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Win the rotation, win the first wave. They only have 1 more push at this. Boston Breach doing exactly what they need to do to try to force the game number 5. Let's hear their comment, because they need high energy to force it.
I'm standing mid.
I hear you. I'm hiding back green.
I'm gonna get left cross.
They could be on you. They could be on you.
I spawn long. I've got all of this.
Left cross.
I'm blocking
1 deep left. I'm gonna back up towards low then.
I'm gonna rock me, Mace. Rock me, Mace.
I'll get rocks. Can I rocks? Give me a sec. I
am.
I'm long. I'm
looking at.
Mace, everything else for you.
That's 2 days. I'm blocking ring. Yeah, nothing rocks. Spawn back up. I need him off spawn.
Long on me. He's in lights, okay? He's gonna go good late. He's in that door. He's low. He's
low.
Keep pushing up window.
Exit, two on the right.
Yo, top cat, we can spark Shotzzy.
Beat, there's one go, no cat, one stone now.
Heard you. Spawn down.
One shot Dashy, one shot Dashy old.
I'm hitting this hold.
I think she's on spawn ring, by the way.
Actually, I'm going hold.
What's everybody got?
I'll
get front new. I'll get
I'm
front
looking at the right.
Okay. They can't go for new. Could be dojo.
P1 right now.
He's gonna get right. Looks like.
P1 behind me. He's gonna go main or dojo. Shotzzy, okay? We're good.
I got main.
Play kill.
He's spawning us ring.
I'll see him on the right. On the right.
We spawn wood now. He's gonna go behind us. He's gonna go front. Dashy's gonna go front.
That's gonna go front. I'm about to go pinch.
One shot.
All rocks.
He's in the hut.
I'm
looking at you right, Rock.
on the right.
One shot on the back. Back hut, don't stick it.
Two hut. We get back right hut. Back right hut, outer hut. Close too.
He's down. Get me. I'm mid. I'm going bending though, okay? Because they're gonna be to the left. Go now. Take your time. He's already come square. Square there.
Listen, one go main.
He's on me. I'm one shot for you. I'm waiting for you, Marcus. I'm going for. My heart's got dojo. Go for it. Hit time.
So short.
Let's go main.
Short.
Main.
Short, nice shot.
Yeah, good stuff for Boston. I mean, OpTic just kind of forced into a weird situation, having to hit that P2 old time with only about 15 seconds left, and then late to rotation on 3. They get a little bit blessed with the dojo spawn that we haven't really seen before, but Boston bailed themselves out with a nice Hellstorm to take the lead.
Yeah, that's tough though out of Boston because they could have blown this game wide open. Because Spart, the initial guy off the rotation, locks down the backside, but I don't know if it's leaves one of the spawns open. You block the front, you block the back, opt to get all those close dojo spots to at least keep it scrappy. And then you force the hand that Hellstorm to be invested probably a little bit too early, but still OpTic trying to fight their way through the front side. Boston hold it from warehouse.
Yeah, they've got the preferred setup for sure right now. Really good stuff for Boston, and everyone's playing well. Love to see that if you're a Boston fan. For OpTic, let's try to work on some long routes to congest this hard point, but everything's being read nicely for Boston. So that's a good first 40. 20 seconds still remain. And OpTic will have this one more hit really at this before they start to put focus on the bar rotation.
Yeah, this is the final chance for them to get some kind of time here. They are finding the opening kills. They are trading out effectively. Purj is trying to value his life, does get caught. So finding 3 kills at the same exact time. It's going to allow OpTic to instantly have mid-match.
Nastie just trying to blitz around the corner. Dealt with, though, by Shotzzy, and the Spart is traded away. OpTic will get some early time here on P1. Barrel side hit coming through, though, for Boston. With a little bit of focus over towards the bridge. Afro with the jump into the hard point. Purj able to win out the pinstripe kill feed for Boston to get into the time. And again, keep building on this lead. 20 points to the good.
Yeah, I just love the way that Boston are approaching this, man. They're actually sending a lot of players on the same exact route. So they're having more than just one gun on very important angles. And that's allowing Boston to keep it as scrappy as it is. And now with only 20 seconds left, Purj thinking a step ahead. You hit the route all the way through warehouse. You have a teammate that spawns alongside you. Now you just got to try to lock down this side of the map. And it's only easier if Spart finds the opening.
Yeah, for sure. And that Purj locks down the back. This is working out nicely, but P2's not open yet, so OpTic will get a couple of close spawns still. A lot of pressure onto Purj. Ooh, had the right gun for the weapon for the job, but cannot finish off the kill. So OpTic will get a couple of players around P2. Knowing there are no reinforcements here, it is a mess around P2. Every battle, an important one right now is, whoa, Huke and Dashy just jumping up and over inside the hard point will eventually give OpTic control, and there's 40 seconds to fight, and OpTic look good for it right now.
Yeah, Boston just lost some key one-on-one gunfights at the front side of that warehouse. That allows OpTic to be past that 50-yard line with more players on that side of the map. So they take the spawns with a very quick break here at the P2. And now, Boston, how are you going to work your way back on in? It's instant first 2 kills going to Shotzzy. Spart and Nastie fall to Mercules and Dashy. That's all 4 dead. Now you're going to forfeit this time and just bank off the rotation.
And the timing of those kills into the rotation are perfect. You see Spart is spawning all the way out, and Purj should be as well. And it's just down to, can you win the gunfights, try to open up P3. Here we go. It's a full con on who is going to actually control the hard point as soon as this next hit comes through. Boston will spawn in, but here comes the play.
Yeah, that's a great right there from Spart. Just staying proactive, being a nuisance around the middle of the map. Just not allowing OpTic to be comfortable. So first wave already done and dusted. You take care of the nuke who was trying to influence the back spawns. And now all of your focus is towards street side. Boston are going to be able to take the lead because OpTic are so far away.
Yeah. This is what we often expect. You kind of handshake 60s between P2 and P4 right now. Boston have done the better job through 2 and 3. Heading over to 4. I don't believe we have any other Hellstorms available. So this should be just a raw gunfight. OpTic are going to be in control of the spawns for it, but honestly, Boston, depending on what happens here as soon as the hardpoint opens, they may actually regain some dojo control here as long as they can find Mercules, which they do. Shotzzy able to find 1 damage on to Spart, 5 in a row for him. Trying to play for the 6th kill, and he'll find it. He's efficient, but you've got dojo control, and Boston are in the time for now. Trying to get the Hellstorm. Spart shut down. 3 straight kills for OpTic, leaving Purj by himself. Yeah, and he does well to catch 1, but that'll be all.
Yeah, I would have loved to see Spart just value his life a little bit more towards dojo, because if you get that Hellstorm, that is such a difference maker, especially at this kind of moment of the game. But it's still going to be Boston trying to hold it from the front. Now OpTic getting the trades. AR's hitting Supreme. It's looking like they're going to soak up this final 30 unless Afro's able to catch a Tommy through the middle of the map. Can't finish the kill quite yet. And finally does, but instantly trade.
Yeah, and you get a little contest from the front. Purj holds down the trigger. Good prediction, but can't win the gunfight. Nastie able to keep Spart safe inside the time. This is not insignificant hardpoint time. So decent contest, decent accrue for Boston. And now the rotation to 5. Mercules finds 1 to kind of cut off the reinforcements through mid. Boston still spawning towards bridge side. Merc will be traded, and Afro will be the first point of contact.
Afro just take more space there at warehouse, but he's at least going to guarantee this first kill before doing so. So now Afro, if you can find the second kill with the Huke, you can flip the side of the map, and he does just that. Afro, just like the overload, having clutch gunfight after clutch gunfight. Spawns now flipping. OpTic got to break through the front.
Yeah, Shotzzy gives himself away over towards mid. Still alive, but OpTic now using that little bit of distraction to find the time to hit from the front. Afro able to find 1 more, but OpTic will breach in for now. Nastie kind of has to watch 2 things at once. Shotzzy still putting pressure on through staircase side as he gets another gunfight win. Spart trying to force the trade, and he will eventually find it. Now Boston focus back onto the hard point, getting over the 200-point mark. OpTic in some trouble here as Purj finds the kill on Mercules, and the last hit from Huke, well, he'll find a couple, but really this is only for a couple of seconds of time, and Boston are really happy with how P5 went.
Yeah, OpTic is just trying to back them down again. Had that free space advantage. This is where you need to start to work on some of these routes, but the routes are being read. Shotzzy and Mercules already find 2. OpTic shut down the first wave.
Yeah, time to turn up right here if you're OpTic. They are turning up. Shotzzy on skates. 4 in a row. Almost gets Spart for his 5th. OpTic still in the hard point, able to bring this back to within single-digit deficits. Dashy trying to hang as long as he possibly can, but he's stunned. After will find the kill. Boston a chance to reclaim some time here on P1. Mercules at the bar, stunned up, can't find the lockdown aim. There we go. Boston are in a really good spot, and OpTic honestly are just trying to play 2 things at once. 2 players playing for the hill, 2 players playing for rotation.
Yeah, they're trying to lock down the spawns and also lock down potentially this old time, but now you're forced to forfeit it. And Boston are taking a lot of space over at Rockside, so now the nuke needs to choose his timings correctly. Thankfully, it turns and catches Purj. And you're going to turn this into a 2-on-1 to try to hold on this side of the map. Just don't allow Nastie to break you down.
Boston will be spawning to break. Mercules shut down at mid. Threat starting to be established for breach around the back. But look at this. Afro's going to come help out on the hit through the side door. He finds 1. Nasty damage into Huke, but Huke stays alive. OpTic able to reinforce. Regen out for Huke, and he turns that into a big elimination. Now it's just down to finding Nasty inside the hard point. Flow up good from Shotzzy, and it's just down to reading the last player. It's Spart from the side door. Huke finds the kill, and OpTic will stabilize to take the late lead.
I know you're trying to do right now if you're Boston, because the win condition is here for OpTic. Contest until we can't lose. You have pressure from the front. You have pressure from the alley. You just need to stay alive a little bit longer on the time. And it's the nuke who's able to line up 4 in a row. Now you create the space, and you're basically going to take this game away.
Unbelievable from Huke. Last opportunity to contest is Afro, and Huke will get to 5 in a row. He probably would have had
only
the
hero, the nuke himself, who popped off at the end of that game. Huke, talk to me about Sake. You guys decided to play it tonight. How are we feeling about the map for you in particular?
Good. We've worked a lot on it in practice, just haven't got a match rep on it. It always plays a little different in the match, but yeah, I feel good overall though, for sure.
Huke, talk to me about like your guys' search and destroy in general. So on the season, you guys are the best search and destroy team, but in the last like couple of weeks, it hasn't been as dominant as it was. Is that a combination of the new maps, or you guys just kind of getting away from where you were?
Nah, definitely new maps, and I don't even know when's the last time we played Den. It's been a minute, but yeah, nah, new maps. I think what two new maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, just trying to learn those maps pretty much.
There are 3 new maps: Grid, Plaza, and Fringe.
Yeah, three actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and going off of that, you already brought up, scrims, having to make sure that the practice from those new maps a little wonky sometimes, and that's not something new when it comes to the league. What do you find is the biggest difference? Is it the pace that people play at that's the biggest difference? Do they try weirder spots? Like, what's the disparity?
I mean, all of it. It's just like we're learning the timings again on even though we played Fringe and Gridlock, we're still learning the timings. And yeah, just overall getting comfortable on it, I guess, is taking us some time, yeah.
And then, Huke, I want to ask you one final question. Obviously, you guys have been so good this year, but on Sundays, things are getting away from you guys a little bit. Have you guys had a team talk, sat down, and kind of identified what's like the primary reason for, I guess, the Sunday scaries?
I mean, yeah, we've definitely had lots of talks. I mean, I just feel like we're a winning caliber team. I think we'll be ready if we get another chance at that one, for sure.
Absolutely. Good luck.
I have a feeling it's going to happen once or twice more this year. Huke, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
That is our Monster Winner Spotlight, and now it's time for Huke to see himself in our Scuff Play of the